Being a part of the LGBTQ community is already hard enough as it is, but in hip-hop, it's even harder. This statement stands true to rapper Lil Nas X. In case somehow you don't know who Nas is, here's a quick bio. Lil Nas X is a well-known rapper whose rise to fame came about a song he collaborated with Billy Ray Cyrus. This song did so well, and his following tracks, Panini and Rodeo, did really good as well, proving his ability to make record-breaking music. Lil Nas X was also the most nominated male artist at the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards, and Time named him as one of the 25 most influential people on the internet in 2019. Lil Nas X is also the first openly LGBTQ Black artist to win a Country Music Association award. Most of his teenage years were spent alone, as he struggled coming out as gay to himself. X turned to the internet and created memes. He also created and ran Nicki Minaj fan accounts on Twitter, one of which was called @NasMiraj. He's such a big fan of Nicki Minaj, he even dressed up as her for Halloween one year. In May of 2020, Nas admitted to being a fan of Nicki Minaj, which he denied in the beginning because he didn't want others to think he was gay. People will assume if you had an entire fan page dedicated to Nicki, you are gay. And the rap/music industry ain't exactly built or accepting of gay men yet. And he did apologize. Minaj responded in a tweet saying, "It was a bit of a sting when you denied being a barb, but I understand. Congratulations on building up your confidence to speak your truth." Growing up in the Atlanta area, I saw a lot of microaggressions toward homosexuality, he told Travel Anderson. Little things like going into an IHOP and hearing one of your family members say, "Look at those to two people eating," or even just a small statement like, "Boys don't cry." Little bit like living in the hood, not being super into sports, and then having to go outside and pretend that I was. Growing up, I didn't realize it, but I've always been kind of my own hand on my own shoulder, he said. I had to lift myself up when I was down from 9 years old, because I don't feel like me and my dad ever had a super emotional connection after he got custody of me and my brother. And I didn't really get that with my mom and my siblings. It's clear Nas minded the way he'd be perceived, especially when it came to his sexuality and other things. In high school, he quit playing trumpet out of fear of looking uncool. Not that there's anything wrong with that though, because that's just something we've all been through, especially when it comes to teenagers. Lil Nas X came out to his sister and father in early 2019, and on the last day of Pride Month, Lil Nas X came out to the world as gay. On July 10, 2020, Lil Nas X teased the release of a new song called Call Me By Your Name and posted a snippet of the song online. I remember when he posted TikToks using the song over and over again, which I have to say was kind of a good marketing move that worked, especially because the snippet was catchy. Finally, he released the song a year later in March, and let's just say things got hectic.
I didn't know who Lil Nas X was. Little thug, whoever. I had no idea who he was. We was riding this morning, Hudson said, "Well, you know what made him famous?" I said, "Well, he was that horses song. Got my horses and whatever that song." I was like, "Man, that song's got a cool beat. I'll never be able to listen to it again. A bunch of devil worshiping, wicked nonsense, pentagram wearing on your Nike tennis shoe 666. You think I'm gonna stand for that? You've lost your mind. You tell Lil Nas X I said so. Bunch of Satanism, bunch of wickedness, bunch of devilism, bunch of demonism, bunch of psychotic."
Okay.
There was one part of the music video that got people talking. This part. Lil Nas X dancing on the devil. When it comes to his video, this particular scene, I have to say I understood it. Lil Nas X had been in the closet for a long time, aware that being gay was seen as something that wasn't okay. In the song, Nas references his experience being in the closet. In today's society, when something is gay, it equates to something bad. Him being in the spotlight as a gay man gave him a sense of worthiness and value. However, as expected, people weren't all that accepting. If you're gay, lesbian, or anything of that sort, you're going to hell. This is something said by many people. I don't want to deter the conversation, but Christianity is about spreading the word along with love for any and everyone. And yes, this is against the Bible, but hating does nothing. Kicking your gay son out, beating up a trans person, or bullying lesbians does nothing but create hate. Okay, that's all. If I keep talking, this video is going to be an hour long. With this scene, I think it was Lil Nas X giving the middle finger to the people who tell him he's going to hell. You say I'm going to hell for being gay? Okay, might as well dance on the devil because why not? That's just how I saw it. I get how other Christians may have seen it as something satanic, and I may be wrong, there's always that possibility, but that's just my perspective. Then we have the satanic shoes. When Lil Nas X announced the upcoming release of these shoes, the heat got even hotter. The Satan shoes were promoted along with the release of the song, and with only 666 pairs made, they were priced at $1,018. And y'all, these were sold out in less than a minute. Since these were a pair of Nike shoes that were modified, Nike wasn't too happy. They stated that they were uninvolved in the creation and promotion of the shoes and did not endorse the messages of Lil Nas X or MSCHF. Nike filed a trademark lawsuit against the company in New York federal court, and on April 1st, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking the sale and distribution of the shoes pending a preliminary injunction. I thought these shoes were also a middle finger to the people and a way to get people talking about him. This continues to be evident with the release of his new song, Industry Baby, featuring Jack Harlow. Lil Nas X may be this and that, but he definitely knows how to get people talking about him and keep people talking about him. He had 9 months to plan for this. He knew what he was doing. When it comes to the way X dresses, acts, as well as the music he makes, a lot of people like to call him out on these things, mainly because it's a negative influence for the kids. This is the same thing that has been said about Cardi B, especially when she dropped WAP. The parents were going crazy. And I just love how they fail to take accountability to what their kids watch and listen to when it's their responsibility. The artist can do whatever they please. It's your job to keep your kids away from it. Are you going to tell the homeless man on the street he's a bad influence because he's doing drugs on the street? But I also don't want to strip away the influence celebrities have on their audience, since their audience look up to them and attempt to imitate their lives in various ways. One thing people find a bit problematic with Lil Nas X is his fan base. His fan base is made up of more younger kids, especially in the beginning, who listened to Old Town Road everywhere, despite the song being about lean and adultery. People have accused the rapper of trying to push an agenda in order to make our kids gay. Following the release of Industry Baby, the 22-year-old received several negative and anti-gay comments on Twitter, with some people accusing him of pushing the gay agenda. Now back to the topic at hand, being gay in hip-hop. Even though this musician doesn't let hate get to him and isn't afraid to be himself, it isn't always like that, especially when things get serious. In an interview with Variety, the rapper said he was chased and harassed after the Montero video drop. The honest truth is, I don't want to speak on a lot of the homophobia within rap because I feel like this is a very dangerous playing field. He told the Variety when asked about the anti-gay statements from a variety of fellow rappers lately, including hateful statements from DaBaby. It's more for my own safety rather than anything else. Okay, so what happened? A month ago, DaBaby had a concert where he outraged fans because of this.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas,
lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Oh, and the people were outraged. First of all, what? Is this really how artists hype their crowds up? Okay. Anyways, now I found something funny with this particular situation. And when I say funny, I mean funny. If you, couldn't tell. There was definitely some hypocrisy. I'm not going to force anyone to have a particular view. If you do have a different opinion, that's okay. There are people who aren't in favor of the pronouns LGBT, taxes, immigration, etc. It is what it is. But when you're disrespecting someone or a particular community, then that becomes a problem, especially when some of those people make up a portion of your fan base. I just want to point this out. Everyone attacked 𝘵𝘩𝘶 and shows dropped him like he was some sort of disease-infested alien or something. I didn't think this was going to be the end of 𝘵𝘩𝘶. I guess it is. I just found it funny how there was commotion about his attack on the LGBT community, which was warranted, don't get me wrong. But I didn't really see that same energy going towards the violence he raps about in his music. He literally raps about killing people. But hey, it's okay, because it's a bop. He's also not the only artist who's done this. The rapper Eminem is one example of the blatant disrespect to the LGBTQ community. In one of his videos, Eminem refers to Tyler the Creator. Late rapper XXXTentacion once bragged about nearly beating a man to death in prison for looking at him a little too long while he was naked. Migos rapper Offset offended the LGBT community by rapping, "I cannot vibe with queers," on 𝘠𝘢𝘭𝘆 track, Boss Life. But apparently Offset wasn't aware of the true definition of the word. One Google search. Just one. After witnessing the discrimination his gay assistant EJ went through, T-Pain decided to stand against homophobia. While at an Akon party, for some reason, everybody was trying to stay away from me because of my assistant, said T-Pain, who witnessed a shift in the dynamic of the whole party. I was sitting next to him and it seemed like no one wanted to even come around us. It has been such an issue that T-Pain has lost clients due to their homophobia with his assistant. Lil Nas X does not fit in the definition of what rappers are quote-unquote supposed to be. Even though he raps and exerts masculine traits, he also paints his nails, wears makeup, and wears dresses and crop tops. Oh, and he's gay. There is no doubt that there is a double standard when it comes to lesbians and gays. It's okay for lesbians to be lesbians because that's hot. But the moment a gay man even comes out as gay and says he's attracted to men, it's a whole issue. He's broken barriers by just being himself, and even though you might not agree with his lifestyle, just stop the hating, and that's just in general. That's all for this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.